displayed by Kenya Kwanza are what we can really confirm. The relationship between the president and the deputy president directly or indirectly affects the citizens of Kenya. I thought the first term of this KK government, they are supposed to work together to deliver their promissory notes. Unfortunately, if you look at what the behavior or the relationship between the former president Uhuru Kenyatta and Dr. William Samoei Ruto as the deputy president, we saw a good relationship in the first term. But unfortunately, the deputy president then saw that he need to take his own path so that he can decide his future in the last election. That's what Gachagua has decided to start in the first term. But there are angles politically. We really pray that they continue fighting one another.
They continue fighting one another?
Politically.
Politically?
Politically.
How does the Honorable Nabin Abwera affect the delivery of their pledges to Kenyans at a time that we're even struggling with the economy?
Obviously, when the left doesn't know what the right is doing, when the government is not speaking in one voice, true to speak, you have seen even in the Kenya Kwanza, it's not true that Gachagua does not have support. He has his people. You saw them in Kishugu the other day, over the weekend, and on Monday. And that tells you that a house divided, then it will not stand. Therefore, the public becomes grass. Faili wawili wanapopigana, nyasi humia. So in terms of service delivery, we are going to see even the PSS, because I know there are PSS, there are CSS, who are serving courtesy of Gachagua. And basically, they will, even if they don't speak, they will sympathize with Gachagua. And they may do things to support Gachagua, which may affect the common good.
Could they also be left out or be frustrated?
That's what it is. That's what it means. My disappointment is that Kenyans never learned from the past. If there is somebody who would have learned from the past, it should be William Samoei Ruto. And he should have gone out of his way not to be seen, I speak to members of parliament. I know of members of parliament who are very disappointed. They think the president is undermining the deputy president. Yeah. They speak in low tones.
Dr. Rico, are we staring at having early campaigns as a result of this rift now?
Early campaigns have already started. Many politicians who wish to become a governor, senator, or a president, they have started the early campaigns. But what I wanted to say is this. When I saw Gachagua disgruntled, I suspected that the principle that he has been mentioning, that of shareholding, that principle has been diluted. As a shareholder, when your shares have been diluted, you tend to make noise. And that's what Gachagua or Central Kenya is doing now. And probably the president has a medicine for that.
You know, there is a conversation that if at all Ruto sees these not, or quoting Mount Kenya to be really a challenge, he'll then move to the Western. As, of course, a member of parliament from the Western region, do you feel the ground might shift to Ruto's favor?
The difference between the Luhya nation and every other politician in this country is that they are never emotional about politics. In fact, the only rational voter in this country probably may be the Luhya people, because they never get excited by flimposi. They never. So for me, the question the Luhya would be asking is, as Ariko has put it, if you are quoting us, what has been our shareholding? What is it?
But already you have the Prime CS, the Speaker of the National Assembly.
I think shareholding is beyond that.
Are they so far delivering for the region?
Shareholding is like this. You have a budget of 3 trillion. That's why I showed the value of your shareholding. In this 3 trillion, remove the 1.2 trillion which will go to operations and salaries. Now, in this 1.8 trillion, what has come into the region in real development? Those are hard questions. It's not about Ariko being appointed, Nabina Bwera being appointed.
Are you stating this morning that so far Moses Wetangula and of course the Prime Cabinet Secretary, among those in government, have not delivered?
You've asked, the question was...
Development projects to the Western?
The question was the courting. When you are courting a girl, you take her out, you buy her gifts. What are those gifts?
So far you haven't seen any gifts from the government?
The journey has just begun.
Honorable Ariko, still on this same, of course, topic. We now have Gachagua pleading with the former President Uhuru Kenyatta that perhaps it's time we unite. And I'm not sure what the unit is for, of course, for the mountain, or it's for political reasons. Do you feel we are going to have a situation that now Gachagua teams up with Uhuru against the president, or how will it be like?
There are uncertainties in politics. So you never know what will happen tomorrow. And you need to prepare for these uncertainties. Mount Kenya region was split, not even split into two. Almost it went 80 to 85% to Kenya Kwanza. And probably Gachagua and Central Kenya have the one to demonstrate that Dr. William Samoei Ruto cannot do without the Mount Kenya vote. That to say that Mount Kenya is threatening the president or threatening the presidency. That's why they're making noise. So if they can consider working together with the former president and come up with a strong alliance, and probably the former president can advise them on which direction to take. If the President of the Republic of Kenya will not take into consideration what they are crying for. And let me tell you, from the previous political experience, anybody who works with this Central Kenya tend to have high chances of winning this election because they know how to maneuver. And how they maneuvered this the 2022 election, they maneuvered through Mount Kenya region. They know how to go about it. But for us, the Asimio Brigade, we lost because we thought.
Would you welcome Gachagua in your
We thought
coalition?
These Mount Kenya people who are with us, we thought they could do something for us. But unfortunately, they could not assist us. And probably Gachagua can do us a favor by joining us.
Let me just say something.
Yes, even as a way in on that, is this the dangers of now not having a political party as a deputy president? Because you see, when Gachagua will be purged out of UDA,
He'll go back
he has no political party.
Who told you?
Which political party is he looking
They are
at?
there.
Jubilee.
There are many. DP is there.
Jubilee.
DP is there. Jubilee is there.
Jubilee. Let me tell you something. Gachagua is sending a very clear message.
Signals, bad signals.
He's telling Uhuru, you told us.
You say that.
Yes, we never listened to you, but we now agree you are right on this. That's the message he's sending. And you know, where would be his home? His natural home would be Jubilee. Nothing else.
A fallback party.
Yeah.
So it's
Jubilee is a
likely to
fallback party
join
for
Jubilee.
Yeah. And that's why
But they've been fighting Jubilee, or who was now fighting Jubilee?
No.
Now that we have
They have not
Gachagua.
they have not been fighting Jubilee. they have been fighting to control Jubilee.
But not to completely...
No.
It's a fallback party.
It's
Jubilee
a
is a
fallback party.
fallback party for Central Kenya.
Okay, yeah. Fact.
And the chairman will tell you here. He's coming to tell you.
So, Honorable Nabi, are you saying that Jubilee or the bid or the push to control Jubilee was mainly because Gachagua sensed there could be a possibility of being duped
In politics, there are two extreme ends. The possible and the impossible. So in case the possible doesn't work,
you have an option. You have an option.
Exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
Also DP party.
And I can tell you, as we have told you, the people in Central Kenya, because of historical reasons, they are political savvy. They are political savvy because of political reasons. And now, historical reasons. One of the reasons is because they were at the center of Mau Mau. And then with that, when we attained independence, they got the first access to education, and more so political education. The second political fact is that when Moi took over from Mzee Kenyatta, he attempted what I'm seeing William trying to attempt. I don't know why William can't also read.
Okay.
He attempted to raid the economic power of Central Kenya. They learned a very bitter lesson. And that's why in all times, they want to be in government, at the center of government. At any moment they are threatened not to be in government, they become vicious.
And now we are joined by Honorable Dr. K24 Mutunga, who is the chair of the Agriculture Committee. Thank you so much for creating time this morning. We are on this DP Gachagua and President William Ruto's war, and you come from the mountain. Perhaps give us an insider detail of what's happening in the ruling party. And now they say, on this set, that there's a possibility now Gachagua could even join Jubilee, or Jubilee is his alternative political vehicle. And will he contest now for presidency, or will he be a running mate of, let's say, Raila Odinga? What happens, Honorable Mutunga?
Chacha, good morning. And good morning, Kenya. First of all, I've found a debate going on. And this is a debate of presuppositions. I don't think anyone is very clear on what is happening in Mount Kenya among my colleagues here. I don't think at all there is anyone between William Ruto and
but it's evident. He's now even quoting the former President Uhuru Kenyatta.
There is absolutely no war. Let me just tell you something.
Who should extend the olive branch in this case, the president or the deputy?
If you remember what happened last election, the one who waged the strongest war against the former president is the deputy president today. He led the entire region against the onslaught of the former president. So if anybody is to extend an olive branch, it must be the deputy president, because he's the one who actually went against Uhuru Kenyatta in the region. Remember, Uhuru Kenyatta was working very closely with Raila Odinga. And remember again that when it was time for Uhuru Kenyatta to physically support Raila Odinga, that was not possible. Why was it impossible? It is because the entire region had decided to support Rigathi Gachagua
now
in the bid for the presidency of Ruto.
Now,
I think that
Kimani Ichung'wah is the majority leader.
Yes.
He's quoted verbatim by the Standard newspaper this morning that the president and his deputy told us we create a national party, and we believe that.
Yes.
Now they are saying we should kick out some people from the party so that people resort to tribal parties. and the Senator, Joe Nyutu Muranga. Mount Kenya can't afford to be in the hands of a condescending leader who goes about disparaging leaders' names to higher authorities.
Those are comments from
But they're key leaders.
individuals. Remember, he did not make those comments as the majority leader. That's not the position of the party. It is not the position of the majority in parliament. That's an individual position. And I will just leave it at that. That is his comment.
You know, my chairman here of Agriculture Committee is treating Kenyans very badly. He wants to assume that all these Kenyans cannot see, cannot reason, cannot think. I mean, when a deputy president of a republic attends a public function, and in that public function, the people attending up to the level of a governor are warning colleagues in the government for attempting to undermine the deputy president. That's enough sign. And the deputy president comes to speak and he keeps off. When a deputy president attends a funeral in Kishugu, which is in Kirinyaga, where a governor of that has attacked him while he on board a presidential jet to US, and the MPs in that funeral responds to it, is a sure sign of a house not speaking the same language. Please, it is not rocket science. It is individuals who make a party. It is individual positions that coalesce to become party position. And for sure, when Ichungwa is speaking, it's just not an ordinary citizen. Yes.
Honorable Mutunga, Ruto allies, according to the People Daily, vow to oust DP in next pause. Are we likely to have Rigathi Gachagua as a one-term deputy president? And perhaps it's the reason now we are seeing all these playing out. And also, a possible reason why ANC and Ford Kenya, they're a bit skeptical on folding their parties to have UDA as a very strong party.
I would like to borrow the words of Ichungwa in the context that actually the president and the deputy president, the Speaker of the National Assembly, and the Honorable Mudavadi agreed that we need to form a umbrella, a large coalition of like-minded people. The intention of the president, which I believe should be the intention of all Kenyans, is to have a strong party that lives beyond an election.
But with this, if you
look at what has been happening in this country, every time there is an election, a new party wins the election.
So you believe the signals being sent to the likes of Mudavadi and Wetangula, they just trust Ruto and follow their parties?
There are very clear reasons why they don't want to, dissolve their parties. They don't want to fold their fat parties and join the UDA. We have strong reasons why we joined the UDA and staying in UDA. So as things go on, you look at the political climate within the country. If you realize, if you follow most of us in Parliament, both National Assembly and Senate, most of us have been elected on a different party every time there is an election.
Honorable Mutunga, in black and white, do you believe or do you think Gachagua will be Ruto's running mate come 2027?
There are all indications that he will be the running mate.
Well,
because
at that juncture,
I was in this function that my colleagues here have mentioned on Sunday, and we all were invited to Harambee, and people spoke. But when the governor of Nyeri spoke, he spoke as the governor of Nyeri and as the person he is, not really representing anybody's position.
Well,
I think that is the issue.
We are taking a break, Honorable. Of course, Ariko. It is the conversation, of course, on what's on our dailies this morning. When we come back, we'll be focusing on the main topic of the day, that is financing the 2024-2025 budget. And that's why we are seeing the Finance Bill 2024. Keep the conversation going via social media platforms at K24 Tv, at Joel Church, as well on SMS and WhatsApp numbers at the bottom of your screens. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.